Welcome back to Microsoft Sphere, where we dive deep into the tech that's shaping our world. The news cycle never sleeps, and neither do we. Get ready for a rapid-fire update packed with the insights you won't want to miss. From understanding how AI is reshaping the job market, we've got it all. It's a whirlwind of information, and you're right here with us for the ride. Don't blink, because you might just miss the next big thing. Plus, we're looking at critical security threats. It's a whirlwind of information, and you're right here with us for the ride. Don't blink, because you might just miss the next big thing. We're also looking at the financial pulse of tech giants and the cutting-edge security innovations powering our cloud infrastructure. It's a whirlwind of information, and you're right here with us for the ride. Don't blink, because you might just miss the next big thing. It's a whirlwind of information, and you're right here with us for the ride. Don't blink, because you might just miss the next big thing. Make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on so you're always in the loop. Let's get into it. AI's job market impact revealed. Microsoft researchers have identified 40 occupations where the tasks performed show a high degree of overlap with generative artificial intelligence capabilities. This groundbreaking study analyzed hundreds of thousands of user conversations with Copilot, Microsoft's AI assistant, to understand what people frequently ask AI to do and what AI can effectively accomplish. The goal was to determine the potential applicability of AI across various job roles. Curran Tomlinson, a senior researcher at Microsoft and one of the report's authors, clarified that the list is not about AI replacing jobs, but rather highlighting which professions might find AI most beneficial. For instance, the study found that 98% of an interpreter's activities align with frequent Copilot tasks, often with high completion rates. This positions interpreters and translators at the very top of the list. Other jobs with significant AI applicability include writers and authors, customer service representatives, CNC tool programmers, telephone operators, ticket agents and travel clerks, broadcast announcers, radio DJs, brokerage clerks, farm and home management educators, telemarketers, concierges, political scientists, journalists, mathematicians, technical writers, proofreaders, copy markers, and hosts and hostesses. The research also factored in task success and the scope of impact to generate an AI applicability score for each occupation. This extensive analysis, drawing from 9 months of Copilot usage, aims to provide a clearer picture of how generative AI might integrate into the modern workforce. The findings suggest a significant impact on office-based, white-collar work, reinforcing a broader trend observed in numerous industry studies. Experts suggest this indicates a need for individuals to consider how AI might influence their career paths and skill development, potentially focusing on uniquely human capabilities. While the pace of change is debated, the consensus points to AI's transformative role in the professional landscape, prompting discussions about necessary adaptations in education and workforce training to prepare for this evolving future. But what happens when these advancements also open doors for malicious actors? Next, we're diving into a massive cybersecurity operation targeting Microsoft's remote access systems. Massive RDP scanning campaign uncovered. A sophisticated and highly coordinated scanning campaign has been detected, with threat intelligence firm Greynoise identifying over 30,000 unique IP addresses probing Microsoft Remote Desktop Protocol, RDP, services. This surge, observed on August 24, 2024, represents a dramatic escalation from an initial wave of nearly 2,000 IPs just 3 days prior, marking one of the most significant coordinated RDP reconnaissance operations this year. The campaign first drew attention on August 21, when Greynoise observed an unprecedented spike in scanning activity targeting Microsoft Remote Desktop Web Access and RDP Web Client Authentication portals. Typically, these services see only 3.5 probing IP addresses per day, making the sudden appearance of 1,971 IPs a stark anomaly. What amplified concerns was the campaign's precision. Every IP address targeting the RD Web Access service also simultaneously probed the RDP Web Client portal, indicating a highly organized operation. Furthermore, 1,851 of these IPs shared identical client signatures, strongly suggesting the use of a single, coordinated toolset or botnet. The attackers focused on exploiting timing vulnerabilities in Microsoft's RDP authentication workflows. These timing attacks leverage subtle differences in server response times to identify valid usernames, even without correct passwords, allowing attackers to build comprehensive lists of accounts before launching credential-based attacks. The operation involved a two-phase approach. First, identifying internet-facing systems with RD Web Access or RDP Web Client Services, and second, testing these endpoints for authentication timing flaws. This methodical enumeration is crucial for subsequent credential stuffing, password spraying, or brute force attacks. Geographically, about 73% of the attacking IPs originated from Brazil, with the United States being the exclusive target country during the initial spike, suggesting a deliberate strategy. A significant 92% of the participating IPs were already flagged as malicious in Grey Noise's database, and many exhibited multi-purpose scanning behavior, indicating the use of advanced attack toolkits. The timing coincides with the back-to-school period, a time when educational institutions often activate numerous RDP-enabled systems and new user accounts, which frequently use predictable username formats, making enumeration attacks highly effective. The Bluekeep vulnerability in 2019 serves as a stark reminder of how widespread RDP scanning can lead to mass exploitation. Grey Noise's data suggests that 80% of technology-focused scanning spikes precede new vulnerability disclosures within 6 weeks, hinting that this campaign could signal upcoming RDP-related security announcements. Recent intelligence also highlights the use of RDP for espionage, with Russian Nexus groups employing its capabilities for data exfiltration against European targets. Security teams are advised to prioritize RDP hardening and prepare incident response plans for potential follow-up attacks. While cybersecurity threats loom large, the financial markets are also showing significant movement. Now, let's shift our focus to the stock market and the latest analyst outlook for a major tech player. Microsoft Stock Analysis, navigating a neutral technical landscape with analyst optimism. In the dynamic world of stock market analysis, Microsoft's current technical landscape is being described as neutral, yet the sentiment from industry analysts remains decidedly optimistic. This nuanced view suggests that while short-term price movements might be consolidating, the underlying long-term prospects for the tech giant are viewed favorably. The technical indicators, which typically track price trends and momentum, are not currently signaling a strong buy or sell signal, placing Microsoft in a holding pattern from a purely chart-based perspective. However, this neutrality is often seen as a stable foundation, allowing fundamental factors to drive future performance. Analysts are pointing to several key drivers behind their optimistic outlook. The continued strength and expansion of its cloud computing division, Azure, remains a primary focus. Azure has consistently shown robust growth, capturing significant market share and benefiting from the increasing demand for cloud services across all industries, particularly with the surge in AI adoption. Microsoft's strategic investments in artificial intelligence, including its partnership with OpenAI, are also generating considerable excitement. The integration of AI capabilities into its product suite, from the Windows operating system to Microsoft 365 and its enterprise solutions, is expected to unlock new revenue streams and enhance user engagement. Furthermore, the company's diversified business model, encompassing software, hardware, like the Surface line, gaming Xbox, and professional networking LinkedIn, provides a significant buffer against downturns in any single sector. This diversification allows Microsoft to weather economic fluctuations more effectively and capitalize on emerging opportunities across a broad spectrum of the digital economy. Analysts are particularly impressed with the company's ability to innovate and adapt, consistently releasing new products and services that meet evolving market demands. The recent focus on security, as highlighted by their Secure Future initiative, also contributes to a positive long-term view, as robust security is paramount in the cloud and AI era. Despite the neutral technical signals, the underlying business fundamentals, driven by cloud growth, AI innovation, and a resilient, diversified portfolio are fueling strong analyst confidence. This suggests that investors looking for long-term growth may find Microsoft an attractive proposition, even as the market digests its current technical positioning. The interplay between neutral technicals and positive fundamental analysis creates an interesting dynamic for market watchers, indicating potential for upward movement as underlying business strengths continue to be realized. Beyond the financial charts and strategic investments, there's a deeper commitment to securing the very foundations of technology. Next, we explore the cutting-edge innovations Microsoft is implementing to protect its vast Azure infrastructure. Fortifying the cloud, Microsoft Silicon to Systems security approach. Microsoft is undertaking a comprehensive and layered strategy to safeguard its Azure infrastructure, a commitment encapsulated by its Secure Future Initiative, SFI. This initiative underscores a foundational principle. Security must be embedded from the very beginning, starting at the silicon level and extending through every subsequent layer of the cloud computing stack. Azure's approach is redefining workload security, encompassing everything from the physical data centers to the edge of its network. Key innovations driving this strategy include Azure Boost, a system designed to isolate control and data planes for virtual machines, thereby enhancing security and performance by offloading control plane services to a dedicated controller. This hardware separation creates a robust boundary between Azure's control plane and customer workloads, ensuring strong isolation. Another critical component is the Azure Integrated HSM hardware security module, a custom security chip engineered to meet stringent FIPS 143 Level 3 requirements. This module provides high-assurance key protection directly within servers, ensuring that sensitive keys remain within the secure bounds of the HSM and are used in an Oracle-style manner by authorized local services, eliminating network round trips and the need to expose keys to the workload environment. Microsoft is also heavily invested in confidential computing, which utilizes hardware-based trusted execution environments, TEEs, to shield data while it's being processed from the underlying system software, including the hypervisor. As a founding member of the Confidential Computing Consortium, Microsoft collaborates with hardware manufacturers to integrate these technologies directly into CPUs and GPUs. This commitment extends to open-source contributions, notably through Calyptra, an open-source silicon root of trust designed to anchor security directly in hardware. Calyptra 2, released with the Atoms Bridge Accelerator, even incorporates hardened post-quantum cryptography, making it the first open-source root of trust with this advanced capability, promoting broader ecosystem security. Complementing these hardware-centric measures are systematic security reviews and code transparency services. Historically conducted internally, Microsoft now partners with entities like the Open Compute Project, OCP, through the OCP Safe framework to enable independent security evaluations by approved security review providers, SRPs. These evaluations provide verifiable endorsements of security compliance, bolstering confidence in hardware supply chains. Code transparency services, CTS, leverage immutable ledger technology within confidential computing environments to ensure that every hardware and firmware component is verifiably secure and its provenance is auditable. CTS addresses challenges in firmware integrity and auditability across supply chains, working in tandem with silicon roots of trust like Calyptra and audits like OCP Safe to provide an unalterable record of security. By integrating these innovations, Azure Boost, Azure Integrated HSM, Confidential Computing, Calyptra, OCP Safe, and CTS, Microsoft is implementing a defense-in-depth strategy, ensuring that its cloud infrastructure is secure by design, secure by default, and secure in operation, laying the groundwork for a more trustworthy digital future. And that wraps up our deep dive into Microsoft's security innovations. Stay tuned for our rapid-fire recap and your essential call to action. And that wraps up our deep dive into Microsoft's security innovations. Stay tuned for our rapid-fire recap and your essential call to action.